riding up until the day I meet you. I'm riding up. I look up in the skies, asking out a while, but never let it faze me. I'm keeping good vibes when I'm on the road. Watch out for all surprises. What it provides is good and bad, but nothing entices.
Another one day in the night, let me paint the view, color down with my light. For every moment shared with you, not in the day, but never fully gone. Go and be back again until they're coming over down.
For all the days ahead of us, put your hands up, wave it side to side for good luck. For all the nights like this, put your hands up, love the moment even from dusk. Yo, you always got my back, and of course I got your back. Don't you worry about that now. It's been a good day, good night. It's gonna be a good day, good night. Nothing comes between us, dancing like ballerinas under the moonlight all night long. How these plain and simple scenes get painted so vividly by you. I just wanna stay with you.
Around the world is only dance, forever all eyes me. You know you leave me in a trance. It means everything to me looking down below. The one I seek to find, no matter where you might go. Remember you'll be on my mind.
Always watching over me, somehow you make me feel invisible. Power to my soul, yeah. How not easy things that used to bother me, cause your existence just lights me up, yeah. You always got my back, and of course I got your back. Don't you worry about that now. It's been a good day, good night. It's gonna be a good day, good night.
Within the inner heart I plead for you to talk to me. I wanna hear all the good and bad news stories you have as I drift across the sky.
My daddy's free.
So good night. Let me sing a lullaby. I'll be singing, baby.
I think the thing that's so interesting is that I saw video titles like, oh, Hasan banned and he's not taking it well. And now for like the next couple of hours, you got dipshits like Chris that's going to be like, these motherfuckers going to be mad that this dude got banned for half a second. And it's like, y'all going to pretend like y'all shocked by this, knowing full fucking well, y'all know the game, y'all know the score. Yes, it's bad that this motherfucker sat there and promoted violence towards a group of people. But y'all knew this motherfucker was going to be banned for half a second. Twitch needed to do this to fucking pretend like they give a damn. But now, for like, it's 1 o'clock. By 8 o'clock, there's going to be at least 10 videos of motherfuckers who are pretending to give a damn, knowing full well this was all performative. And it's like, now you people are coping. And I just don't get it. But hi, hello, who did something? Somebody did something, because I heard the thing while the song was playing. Oh, it was Chris with fucking $4 towards his reparations towards me. 4 days out of Black History Month, mind you all. And play the Uncle Ruckus song. Since you said that, just because you said that, I'll do you a small act of kindness. I'll do you a small act of kindness. Like just a small act of kindness. And it's showing everybody that you fucking made a tweet talking about Hasan crying that everyone's shitting on him. But need I remind you that you hang out with literal perverts in Discord servers so that you could hopefully get content from them. It's like you just as weird as that man. But fucking Hasan, in like the span of the fuck, for anyone who has a life outside of pretending to give a damn about things you see online, even though you don't because you have a life. Hasan, that man on the screen, an individual who strikes true nature in the minds of everybody. He has opinions that people don't like. Shocker, online, and recently he spoke in a way that everyone interpreted correctly as him promoting violence towards a senator over Medicaid. And he and his audience have tried to clean that up the best way possible by saying you're ignoring the context, but with the context in it, it doesn't really help. No matter how much he prefaces that, no matter how much he shows different segments and clips throughout his stream, doesn't matter. You sat there and you garnered a whole lot of attention the wrong way, the dumb way, the stupid way, the way that you're really not supposed to if you're genuinely supposed to care about 15 different issues going on in the world. And yes, for the upteenth fucking time, insurance companies suck. They will always suck. They will always be a fucking nuisance. They will always make me angry, hangry, and horn-angry. Don't put yourself in a position where the cops got to knock on your fucking door because you on the internet saying you hope somebody die, or we need somebody to kill him, or hey, let's do it. How about we not? And if you think that take is wrong, it seems like you can only prove me wrong if you gamble your life. But you're not going to do that because you like talking about what people should and shouldn't do while you sitting in your bed crisscross applesauce. So it's like, remember that for like the next time y'all see a bunch of people saying, oh, you should have did this or you should have did that, as you sit in your bed crisscross applesauce. Freely, well, you might be on your own on that one. You might be on your own on that one. Just because. Now, if evidence were to come out to, help him just a little bit, cool. But until then, how'd you know I was sitting in my bed crisscross applesauce? Say, bro. I just know how everybody sit when they comfortable, bro. But hi, I haven't been here in a while. Why? Well, no reason. It's just I prioritize my time. Is this the part where I'm supposed to cope about the views because he's got 700,000 in 13 hours? That's another dumbass thing people are gonna use to be like, oh, he's not getting no views. I said this yesterday. Like, yes, I'm shocked that he got any consequence. But like I said, he was gonna appeal it or get 30 days and be back anyway. And the motherfucker could stream on YouTube. And somebody tries like, no, he can't stream on YouTube because he'll face the ire of other people. It's like, buddy, do you realize this motherfucker has his audience on this channel? Like, and if you subscribe to this motherfucker to hate watch him, you might want to like do something about that boner. Also, before I play this, I just want you all to know, because somebody asked me, I think the last time I streamed or the time before that, Peachy says hi. Peachy said hello. Peachy said, what's up? You know what I'm talking about? It's pancake day in the bro, it's Eggo waffles or it's nothing. Like, go fuck yourselves. Or it's my handmade pancakes. Like, if it ain't Eggo buttermilk waffles or my handmade pancakes, just shut the fuck up. You just shut the fuck up, okay? Still can't eat an entire pancake. That means your jaw sucks. But yeah, I wanna watch Daddy Hasan fight back against all you people who spread misinformation about him. Chris,
what's up, everyone? If you're seeing this, that means I've probably been banned. That's right. Cancel culture has finally come for me. Oh my God, it's over. It's over. The free speech warriors. Where are you now? They've taken me out, ladies and gentlemen. It's over. I'm done. couple days ago, I had a conversation.
I'm bored. Time to gamble.
Where I was responding.
All right, I got 1 million training, and there are cards that I want. The gamble is now in session, boys.
To the Republican House of Representatives Speaker, and I said some things. Let's take a look at what I said. Libs of TikTok, of course, posted about it. Here's what Libs of TikTok claimed I was saying. Hasan Parker just called for violence against a sitting U.S. senator. If you cared about Medicaid fraud, you would kill Rick Scott at FBI. This got 17,000 likes. This was on February 28th. Let's take a look at this clip really quickly.
There's about $50 billion estimated that are lost every year in Medicaid, just in fraud alone. No.
If you cared about Medicare fraud or Medicaid fraud, you would kill Rick Scott, okay? You wouldn't make Rick Scott, former governor of Florida, Rick Scott, you wouldn't make him a prominent part of the Republican Party. Now, that seems like a wild thing to say. Oh my.
It is. It's a wild thing to say. I feel like I'm about to hear, but you need to know the context.
My God, is this person calling for the death of a U.S. senator? Of course not. I was not calling for the assassination of a U.S. senator. So I went back to figure out the context. Here it is. Let's take a look.
What do you mean to figure out the context? It's your stream, nigga. It's your stream, nigga. What do you mean figure out the context? You the one that got a fucking stream. I haven't been able to cross my legs since I was 12. Get surgery, fuck nigga.
People who are covered by Medicaid now
I'm not gonna lie to you boys, the gambling failed. I didn't get any of the cards I wanted.
are going to potentially lose Medicaid coverage as a result of this?
Now, look, the White House has made a commitment. The president said over and over and over, we're not going to touch Social Security, Medicare, or Medicaid. We've made the same commitment. Now, that said, what we are going to do is go into those programs and carve out the fraud, waste, and abuse and find efficiencies. A couple of examples. You know, there's about $50 billion estimated that are lost every year in Medicaid, just in fraud alone. No.
That fraud is not coming from individuals. It's coming from providers. They're not tackling providers. They're not actually going after like false billing. They
Wait a minute. I don't. The one thing I don't like is how he said here was like, oh, I have to find the evidence of the context.
are trying to cut.
Dickhead, this is your stream. Like this clip we watching, like everybody's seen already. Why have they seen it? Because motherfuckers knew your audience was gonna be like, bro, where's the context? You're sitting here taking a man out of context. And so they posted the context with this, knowing full well y'all was gonna bitch. Like, what's not to be understood in this moment about these things going on? Like, buddy, what are we talking about?
Cut recipients. If you cared about Medicare fraud or Medicaid fraud, you would kill Rick Scott. The reason why I'm saying if you cared about Medicare or Medicaid fraud, you would kill Rick Scott is because, and not make him a prominent part of the Republican Party, is because he to this day is still known as committing the largest Medicare fraud in U.S. history.
That still won't do anything because next man up will just do the same thing, buddy. And with this context, you're still promoting violence. You're still promoting somebody getting killed. You're still promoting somebody losing their life, you grown man.
They want to cut SNAP. They want to cut Medicaid. They want to cut the funding of Medicaid. They want to make it harder for people to receive Medicaid. They don't want to actually...
Yes, and it sucks. It is terrible how a collection of people decide to fucking sit here and say, hey, you know what we should do? Something stupid that really won't net us a positive at all. It'll just, for the moment, make everything seem pretty cool when in reality it's really not cool.
Actually go after medical providers or the insurance companies or the nursing homes that are lining their pockets with major donations. Those are the people who actually engage in the fraud. It's not your uncle that's like lying about their condition and stealing money from the government by, going to the doctor or whatever. Okay, so obviously I shouldn't have used hyperbolic language, and there's definitely...
Thank you. Come again. Are we done? That's all I needed to hear. I got what I wanted. Why is there still fucking 16 minutes left of this video? Why? Shouldn't this be over? Shouldn't we be done? Like, isn't this the end? Wouldn't it make more sense for this to be the end, like right there? Wouldn't that make the most fucking sense, Hasan? Wouldn't it? Wouldn't it? Oh, to be young.
Definitely some ownership that I must take. Some apologies there. I should not have said Mike Johnson should kill Rick Scott. I should have simply said Mike Johnson should punish Rick Scott, perhaps.
It would have led to the same problems.
With the, maximum punishment, whatever that would be, for defrauding Medicare and Medicaid for over $1.7 billion. Now, let's talk about the things that he did in this process. Because Rick Scott co-founded the Columbia Hospital Corporation, which later merged to a corporation known as Columbia/HCA, which eventually became the nation's largest for-profit healthcare company. Rick Scott, who, of course, also looks like Voldemort, did a lot of things. The company
His play at comedy is going to go terribly.
Defrauded Medicare, Medicaid, and other federal programs. The U.S. Department of Justice won 14 felony convictions against the company, which was fined $1.7 billion in what was at the time the largest healthcare fraud settlement in United States history.
HCA was defrauding the government.
HCA admitted to things like submitting inflated bills and exaggerating diagnoses to increase Medicare reimbursements.
See, I'm liking this. I'm liking this. This is way better than what he pulled. Because, I'm getting information about how a corporate shill fucking took money from a bunch of people. Damn. Is that how simple this is? I don't have to fucking hear about a man fucking around and you want to kill him?
According to federal investigators, the hospital company systematically defrauded Medicare, Medicaid, and other federal healthcare programs while paying kickbacks to its physicians. Scott, of course, denied any wrongdoing.
Scott pled the fifth 75 times to avoid jail for Medicare fraud.
He didn't go to jail over this. He didn't even get any punishments over this. And Scott's resignation certainly was fantastic. For his pockets, he walked away with $10 million in severance pay, a 5-year consulting contract, and $300 million in stock and options. He is now the wealthiest member of the United States Senate. Rick Scott also in the past apologized, took ownership seemingly over his actions, but since then, in his endless interest in gutting all of the social safety nets so the American poor suffer more, Rick Scott has actually seemingly turned around and thinks that this was political prosecution, pure political prosecution against him.
No, I'm fed up. I watched what happened to me and my company. I've watched what's happened. I've talked to business people over the years, what's happened to them when you have political persecution.
What I was simply trying to say is, Republicans don't care about the actual fraud that takes place.
Sir, there's something a lot of people know. It would have helped if you said all of that without the "you would kill Rick Scott" part. Because nobody would have had a case against you. Nobody would have had anything to respond to you with. And if they tried, they would have sounded like a bunch of dumb fucks. But instead of doing, what you just did, you had to be the extreme random motherfucker online. And what do we say about the extreme random motherfucker online? They're typically not a smart people. They're a type of people who really want to pretend like they got it all figured out when they don't. Like, you didn't need sensationalism when bringing up a motherfucker frauding a bunch of people. You could just bring that shit up and people will be like, the fuck? Fuck that guy. It's the easiest thing to do. Like, you don't need to fucking sit here and play this game of, it would benefit a lot of people if they actually cared, killing a man. You know why? Because that negatively impacts you. Because when shit hit the fan, and God forbid, somebody's dumb enough to act upon this shit, they're going to look for reasons as to why this happened. And then they're going to see your random fucking clip going viral. And they'll sit there and be like, well, wait a minute. He just sat there and said all this shit. He's advocating for shit like this. And now you got to answer a bunch of fucking questions you know you don't want to answer. And the only reason you answering them is because you're stupid. No other reason. No other pop and circumstance, none of these things. It's because you're stupid. And I wish you wouldn't be stupid, but, it kind of defeats the purpose of the whole thing. Doesn't it? Doesn't it?
In terms of government entitlements programs, in terms of government expenditure.
Sooner or later, Hasan's actions will catch up to him. No, they won't. And that's another thing. Everybody pining for this motherfucker to face a consequence. You're going to be waiting like a long time, and you probably going to die before he does, before you even get the chance to see it. Why? because this motherfucker has not only a silver spoon in his mouth, but a gold spoon in his mouth. This man isn't even on the tier of what you would consider like an actual problem. He's literally just a dickhead on the internet who's popular. Like, what consequence is this motherfucker gonna fit? You just got the best you gonna get in terms of a consequence. Him getting banned less than 24 hours? Maybe a full day? That's it. You're not getting anything else. You're just not. And it ain't to suck this man dick or nothing. It's just to be like, hey, realistically, this is probably as good as you gonna get.
Sure. Because if they did, they obviously would punish Rick Scott. Rick Scott would not be a prominent fixture of the Republic.
He promotes terrorists and laughs at dead kids. Mm-hmm. So you explain to me when and where the consequences are going to come in, because he's done that already. He's done that for a year and got pats on the back for it. So somebody please illustrate to me when. Because y'all been saying this shit about this man for a few years now. The portfolio has been full of shit to ban him over, and he hasn't been banned for it. So it might be when he's in a retirement home. Oh, so when none of it matters and he's old and withered down and no one's gonna give a fuck by that point. Oh, okay. Anything else? Any other like strong points? Auto renews on subs get canceled if the account is banned. Well, that's wonderful. His account's back up. So given time, he'll get all that back and then some. Also, he's already loaded, so it's like, that's not a strong point either. Nothing else? All right, cool.
Republican Party. Rick Scott, who was elected as the governor of Florida after he committed the largest Medicare fraud in U.S. history at the time.
$73 million. That's the amount that we know about so far that Scott and the Republican Party spent on TV advertising.
Rick Scott, who then went on to become the Florida senator.
We do got to think about what Cody Rhodes would do in these situations, because that's what matters. At the beginning and end of the day, we must like stick up for Cody Rhodes, because Jesus Christ, this man got a black eye and a busted eardrum from Travis Scott smacking the shit out of him.
Sunday, a manual recount confirmed Republican Governor Rick Scott's victory over the incumbent Democrat Bill Nelson.
Once again, after doing insane amounts of Medicare fraud.
Elon Musk posted on X his support for Florida Senator Rick Scott for Senate Majority Leader.
This was simply the point. But of course, Republicans want to avoid this point. Asmongold, for those of you who don't know, is a right-wing political commentator. He does have some centrist opinions every now.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Why are we worried about this man? Ain't this the dude who like? Isn't this like a sewer rat? Like, ain't this the dude whose room is disgusting? It wasn't even 24 hours. No, I don't know what you shocked by. But no, it wasn't.
Now and then, I believe he himself actually is a big advocate for healthcare, likes Bernie Sanders, but spends most of his time simply sitting around and reacting to Donald Trump. He is now officially.
I mean, wouldn't that be the pot meeting kettle? Don't you also just sit in a room reacting to Donald Trump? Now, I'm pretty certain you react to other things too, but we're not about to sit here and pretend like, one omnipotent being is somehow better than the other omnipotent being when they both suck.
By my estimations, a larger right-wing political commentator than even the likes of Ben Shapiro. Very successful in this field. His videos reacting to Donald Trump get millions of views, more so than the Daily Wire could ever dream of. Asmongold also is the largest political content creator on Twitch in general. He's the largest political streamer now. He's double my size. He's always been double my size, but he's now double my size when it comes to political commentary as well. So
somebody, Chris, is going to later in the day be like, oh, now he's coping about viewership. And it's like, there's a reason why, like, everybody, including me in this, is like retarded. It's because y'all don't know how to actually critique nor nitpick a fucking point. You're going to watch a stream today where a motherfucker is going to cope and complain about what he just said. And they think it's some great big W as this motherfucker still reigns in revenue off you motherfuckers. Like, I want y'all to format how y'all respond to shit better.
So let's see what the largest free speech defender had to say. He actually voluntarily brings this up in a YouTube video called "What the Fuck is Twitch Doing?" The YouTube video is from 2 days ago with 1 million views. The first 13 minutes of it is just reacting to the latest Ethan Klein video, who is falsely smearing me as someone who doesn't care about Israeli civilians or whatever, which is obviously incorrect.
You laughed at somebody getting raped. You claim that rape wasn't happening. You don't care about victims.
But we'll get to that perhaps down the line. He packaged that up with the Libs of TikTok video to call for my banning.
Let me see if I can find it here. Like I do, as I said, I do try to maintain a degree of neutrality with a lot of this stuff. And I try not to go too like super hard on it. I'll link you guys the video real quick before I get into it. And
he's linking the Ethan Klein video to his audience.
Is Asmongold right wing? I'll raise you a better question. Should I give a fuck?
Because, you know, the show support.
Yeah, there's the video. It's the Ethan video.
Perhaps this is the reason why Ethan Klein doesn't talk about Asmongold and his apologia for certain regimes of the past. You know, Ethan, who really cares about anti-Semitism, of course. That's why he constantly comes after me, someone he knows has a long track record, alongside him at times, attacking anti-Semites and explaining to people what famous dog whistles are and things of that nature. But that'll be for a different day.
People are so ideologically captured, it's sad. I think a lot of people are. I saw this the other day, actually this morning. Where is it here? Here we go.
Hey, Dan Clancy. Time to wish us on another happy birthday song, you hack fuck. Anyone else will get permabanned on Twitch for this. This is beyond the pale. This is enticing your audience to kill a sitting senator. Don't people go to jail for this? This is not me enticing my audience to kill a sitting U.S. senator. That is ridiculous. Everybody knows that that is ridiculous. The people that are complaining about this know that that is ridiculous.
Here's the problem, Hasan, and I'll be able to help you out. I'll be able to help you out just a little bit. You can say now, when did you upload this yesterday? You can say on Monday that you are not advocating for anyone in your audience to do something like this. That is wonderful. The problem is that not only do you have a track record of saying shit on par with this, you also understand that there are people, and I'm going to be nice about this, there are people who are fucking illiterate and stupid and slow and retarded that get motivated by even the slightest thing. Either you or Destiny or both of you are right next to Candace Owens in a school shooter's manifesto. Now, I'm not pinning a school shooting on you, nor do I think it's necessary to pin a school shooting on you. And for the dumb fuck in the room who's itching to use the, oh, but he promotes hate and division, so do the motherfuckers you watch. So I guess they all in on school shootings. But you need to understand that stupid people are motivated by stupid words. That's why when it comes down to it, I say, if you act upon your hatred and you try to imply I'm involved, I'm coming to that courtroom and I'm making sure you go to jail. I can hate a bunch of shit. I could despise institutions. I'm not giving anybody credence to fucking bother me and say, did you sit here and insinuate that somebody should kill another man? Nope. I can explain to you why a fucking institution is corrupt and has been corrupt for several fucking years without having to fucking bring up that, hey, if you want to change something, you should kill a man. Because I don't need that type of headache. I don't need it. I don't want it.
But I'm glad that I was able to show you the context, the full context of what I was talking about. If you cared about Medicare fraud or Medicaid fraud, you would kill Rick Scott, okay? You wouldn't make Rick Scott, former governor of Florida, Rick Scott, you wouldn't make him a prominent part of the Republican Party.
That is crazy. That is nuts. And I've said before, there's a statute of limitations, but apparently this was yesterday. Yeah, this happened yesterday even. Oh my God. How's that not against the TOS? It is. And it is an open call to violence.
There's some crazy motherfuckers out there and they take it as credence. Yep. Mm-hmm. So, like I said, at least 4 times, say a motherfucker tries to do a Luigi Mangione and they go for Rick Scott. And then the fucking cops got to investigate why a motherfucker did this. And they see Hasan saying, hey, if you would care about Medicaid, you kill Rick Scott. Then they gonna bring him in, ask him some fucking questions, and he gonna have to deal with the headache of dealing with the fucking police and all this shit and trying to explain to a bunch of people why he is not advocating for violence. It's a fucking headache that he knows is a fucking headache, yet he keeps making this same fucking mistake. Yes, I heard about Amaranth clutching a 3v1 that you fucking incel losers, not you, that you incel losers tried to say wasn't real. Just like y'all saying that stream with Pokimane and Senna and one more whose name I don't have in front of me was staged and fake, because it's unbelievable for some of you motherfuckers to understand that there are some weird motherfuckers out there who don't know how to respond to the word no. And maybe who think, hey, I'm gonna go viral doing some shit like this. Niggas weird, bro. I don't want to hear no fucking conversation about women streamers and all this shit. Buddy's weird. Buddy threatened to kill 3 people in broad daylight. Shit wasn't funny. Shit wasn't comical. Shit ain't make me giggle. Just looked at that shit and I said, this is why women say they choose the fucking bear. These chicks was out and about, I think at a fucking fair, at a festival. Yeah, these motherfuckers should be, I don't even think these motherfuckers need to be having some big burly ass fucking security. I know they got friends. Motherfuckers, I would hope they had like friends with them, and apparently they did. Didn't one of our subscribers send her a gun? I don't know. I seen the video of that black dude be like, I'm married to Pokimane, and I guess this is supposed to be funny to somebody. That shit just weird to me. Like I don't necessarily see the humor in it. It's kind of weird. But you know, I'm me, and there's a difference between me and the rest of y'all.
And I would challenge anybody who thinks that it's not an open call to violence to say that exact thing about Donald Trump, and then tell me if Secret Service shows up at your house or not. Really. It's very obviously a call to violence. And Twitch doesn't do anything? Well, I don't know if they've really seen it or anybody's reported it or anything like that.
I think Asmongold is covering this because he wants Twitch to see it. He's done this a couple times in the past couple of weeks. I understand. We are ideologically butting heads on Twitch. Asmongold and I disagree vehemently on a lot of issues, all the way from the history of Nazi Germany down to the fact that immigrants are not actually contributing to the American crime rates in the way that the Republican administration presents it. They're not destroying our culture in the way that Asmongold approaches the subject matter. There's plenty of disagreements there, and I think that he's doing this deliberately, I will say, in an effort to, shit stir a little bit and try to get me banned, which worked.
The clip's too short. Maybe it's out of context. I hope so. I definitely do. Hopefully it's out of context.
Now, once he said this, does Asmongold go back and seek out the context? No, he doesn't. Instead, he follows through.
That's not true. Didn't he go look at the fucking context of this shit? I don't know when Hasan recorded this shit, but I feel like I gotta fucking learn about these fucking people. Why is Derek Chauvin trending on my fucking Twitter? What the fuck? What is this?
If we are issuing pardons, however, there is one person that President Trump should pardon from federal charges forthwith.
I ain't gonna lie. It says pardonderek.com. If that motherfucker pardon him, the black people that said they not protesting and they not saying nothing this time around, they gonna wake back up again.
It would be incredibly controversial, but I think that it's absolutely necessary.
You think it'd be controversial? So you just trying to rock the boat about some shit.
That person is Derek Chauvin. President Trump should, in fact, pardon Derek Chauvin. He should. He should pardon him his federal charges. If we are talking about reversing the evils of the last several years in American life,
Wait a minute. The last several years. So I guess anything during and after 2020 is the evils, because I guess we ain't got nothing from any other point in time. Wait a minute. The evils. Who the fuck is Derek? See? And that's why the education system is the fucking way it is right now.
obviously COVID and its handling was a massive evil. Destroyed the economy, set us on a path to fiscal insanity, destroyed children.
The fuck this got to do with Derek Chauvin? I'm sorry. What the fuck this got to do with Derek Chauvin? Derek Chauvin? How the fuck you lead into a conversation about pardoning a man with 2020? Everyone lied. The economy went up. The inflation, kids dying. Like, what the fuck?
Led to massive health-related cover-ups. Just horrifying all the way around. And President Trump has taken on a lot of those things. But when it came to BLM, the inciting event for the BLM riots that caused $2 billion in property damage in the United States and set America's race relations on their worst footing in my lifetime.
I'm glad he said in his lifetime, because ain't shit topping. I'm sorry. The LA riots got way more significance than the George Floyd riots in terms of history. How dare I compare a bunch of black life? But, you know, let's be real here.
Was, in fact, the railroading of Derek Chauvin in the death of George Floyd. The evidence demonstrates that Derek Chauvin did not, in fact, commit murder of George Floyd. George Floyd was high on fentanyl. He had a significant pre-existing heart condition. George Floyd was saying he could not breathe before he was even out of the car. He was in the car saying he could not breathe. Derek Chauvin, for large segments of even the tape that was shown, had his knee on George Floyd's shoulder or back, not on his neck. The autopsy of George Floyd showed that he had no damage to his trachea, that probably George Floyd died of excited delirium. There were no accusations, even at trial, that Derek Chauvin had committed a hate crime against George Floyd or that he targeted George Floyd because of his race. Nonetheless, on the basis of extraordinarily scanty evidence, and despite the fact that there was massive pressure on the jury, that the mayor of Minneapolis paid a settlement to the George Floyd family immediately, that the president of the United States suggested that Derek Chauvin was guilty right off the bat, that the jurors were being openly threatened and admitted as much. Despite all of that, Derek Chauvin was convicted on federal charges and pled guilty to federal charges. Derek Chauvin should, in fact, be pardoned on that. We will be covering that a lot more in coming weeks because I think it is worthwhile to remember.
What are you going to... Wait, what are you going to cover? What the fuck are you going to talk about? The man in jail. What new developments have occurred?
That there is a man who is rotting in prison because the media decided in the middle of 2020 that they were going to turn a tragic law enforcement stop that ended with the death of a man who had a significant problem with drugs and pre-existing health problems into the raison d'etre of the entire 2020 election. And it led to vast chaos. It led to, again, the destruction of racial comedy in the United States. $2 billion.
We didn't. Not the racial comedy I enjoy. The racial comedy I enjoy is still alive and well, boys. It's still alive and kicking.
$1 in property damage and a guy rotting in prison.
There's a lot of people rotting in prison. That is true. I don't mean to be this guy. There's a lot of people rotting in prison for shit that they didn't do. Why are we only what is with people? And again, both sides do this shit. What is with people and this gimmick of, hey, I know y'all want to focus on all these people who are suffering the same thing. But this one person who I favor is also suffering it. So like they matter more. It's like, congratulations on not getting me to care too much. Torn ACL is trending. What the fuck do you see torn ACL trending? Saquon, but what the fuck did you see torn ACL trending? And I know the reason why it's trending. It's trending because Kyrie Irving tore his ACL. All right, back to this.
Basically packaging this as a...
Just join, what happened? You tell me what happened. Look, you came in here talking about what happened. I don't know. You tell me.
Hasan is a radical who must be banned. It's a joke, Lamau, he responds to.
Would you tell that joke about Donald?
And again, this whole it's a joke shit. Y'all don't let these defenses fly for everything, bro. Y'all don't let these fucking defenses fly for everything.
Trump?
I think people would tell way crazier jokes about Donald Trump. And people have told way crazier jokes about Donald Trump.
Both sides have the same goal of tearing the common man apart. I mean, I keep telling y'all, like, you fucking conservatives got a lot in common with these liberals. Y'all just focus for some reason on some shit that you know you don't care about. For example, did y'all ever find the fucking Haitians that are eating the dogs? No. Why didn't you find that? Because you couldn't find that. You couldn't find that literally anywhere. These random videos y'all couldn't prove were that didn't really pan out. Oh, but I saw this video of this Haitian woman who for some reason is in Wyoming talking about her grandfather who is in Haiti about how they eat cats and dogs. None of these individuals were in Ohio though. So God, it must be true that they're doing it there. That's like if I told you about severe rape happening in a fucking hotel in of all places, Green Bay, Wisconsin. Mind you, I have never been to Green Bay, Wisconsin to state, to even know where a hotel is in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Yet they got all these reports about serial rape happening in a motel in Green Bay, Wisconsin. And I got this story about how this woman who's in Hawaii can speak on it. It's like, what? Then this would kill it for me. The one example y'all tried to like shove down my throat as a Haitian was a dirty American. Hello? The fuck? This motherfucker. Y'all had a dirty American doing it. And motherfuckers will probably still to this day be like, that was a Haitian. No, it wasn't. See how far shit get when you don't pay attention, when you don't use your thinking cap?
My statement was hyperbolic. That much is obviously clear. But
that was not clear, and was not clear to the general public, and you can respond to that by saying the general public is stupid, and I would agree. But when you are in these positions of prominence, you gotta be squeaky clean with your kid gloves. Like, I'm sorry. I know everyone wants to be like the bombastic individual who excites the next generation to galvanize under said thing. But man, y'all gotta see the forest for the fucking trees sometimes, bro. Because what does it say about you mad that Trump won and you gotta come up with ideas over these next 4 years to show people that this was a bad option, and you telling motherfuckers that they're subhuman, they're racist, they hate women and all this extra shit. Like, that doesn't make people automatically change their fucking ways. It emboldens them to stay exactly the fucking same. As the kids put it, neener, haha, fuck you, cope seed mall loser. You see what I'm saying? You see how you didn't like change anything by you doing that? You essentially made it worse. Right. Okay. So when y'all sit here and y'all play this little weird game of, oh, my statement's hyperbolic. It's beautiful to say that now to cover your ass, but you know what you said like got you in a fucked position to where now you have to overly explain and jump through hoops to do that when you could have just detailed how this motherfucker, you know, is corrupt, and nobody really could have combated you on that.
But the intention of it was not a call to violence directly against a sitting senator, but instead was to show the hypocrisy of the Republican Party in terms of how little they truly care about Medicare and Medicaid fraud, because that happens at the point of the provider and not necessarily in the point of the recipients. They want to cut Medicare and Medicaid for the recipients.
Hasan has a pattern. He has an absolutely stupid pattern that everybody recognizes, that everybody knows is dumb, that everybody agrees, puts him in stupid fucking positions each time, and it's his own fault. At some point, this motherfucker is going to have to understand this shit steadfast.
$800 billion, and in order to justify that, they will do everything in their power to lie and claim that it's actually your grandparents that are stealing from Medicare and not.
That's great. You could have said all that without the killing part.
People like Rick Scott. Because people like Rick Scott either fund the Republican Party and oftentimes the Democratic Party as well, or they sometimes run for office as Republicans.
Rick Scott has won re-election to the United States Senate. Here are the numbers.
That's the point. Now, should the likes of Asmongold seek out further context? I think yes. I think when you have millions of people watching your videos, it would be nice to at least inform them of what the true context is. And now...
Hasan, what's that sound?
It's the sound of people. It's the sound of the call coming from inside the house, Hasan. It's the sound of the call coming from inside the house, Hasan. Because if you're gonna sit here and say that Asmongold has millions of followers, if you're gonna sit there and say that Asmongold with millions of followers...
I'm doing this because somebody asked for the annoying girl voice.
If you're gonna say this, because, you know, he has a large audience, why didn't you do that? Why didn't you? Why didn't you, Hasan?
Somebody asked me if I'm saying his name like that on purpose, and the answer is yes.
Why, Hasan? Why didn't you do it? You have millions of followers. You have millions of watchers. Why didn't you make sure that all the issues that you know would fall upon you based on the words you say? Why didn't you do that, Hasan?
I'm not gonna go hoarse. Shut the fuck up. You don't know my body.
Now that this
you don't know how my throat works, daddy. Hold on, I gotta sneeze. You better fucking bless me, hoodlums.
Context exists.
You fucking YNs.
Asmongold watch this video. Will he go back and say, hey, my bad? Maybe. I'll be honest. Perhaps he will do that. We shall see.
Donald Trump didn't commit Medicare fraud, but yes, if he did, then yes. Okay, so then no.
He then follows up with another tweet of mine. This isn't Hasan's only first foray into political violence. This was the weapon used to assassinate Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe. Archive link and reply.
Sir. Again, see, I was looking for this picture. And I'm so glad I did not get it from Grums, because my head would have fucking hurt. When you tweet things out like this, there's the perception that you are promoting violence towards people, and your ha this is a joke shit really don't fucking fly. You know what I'm talking about? It really don't fucking fly. Because in the grand scheme of things, you're a significant figure in the political climate.
And because you think that you are somehow fighting the good fight, you're allowed to fucking say and do anything you want. But you can't just do it.
It was now deleted post. Well, I didn't delete it. Twitter
Melody, are you happy that I gave you what you wanted?
Forced me to delete this.
But I'll tell you this, it's not the first time. This is
only first foray into political violence. This was the weapon used to assassinate Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe. Archive link and replied. It was now deleted post. Well, I didn't delete it. Twitter forced me to delete this.
But,
sir, are you not going to? Sir,
I'll tell you this, it's not the first time. This is the second time. No joke. Yes, neither of these, by the way, have resulted in any sort of action from Twitch at all. Your Reddit advocated for killing too. Sorry for spam. Yeah, but here's the difference, right? When did my Reddit advocate for killing people? When did this happen? And also, when did I advocate for it?
He also then, to further push the narrative that I am a radical, a scary radical who advocates for violence, he shows this tweet. Briefly, my old tweet that Twitter actually forced me to ban, which is a tweet where I, quote, retweeted sitting U.S. Senator Tom Cotton, who was advocating to kill peaceful pro-Palestinian demonstrators all the way from April 16th, 2024, almost an entire year ago, where I famously, quote, retweeted the doohickey, or I guess a meme of a doohickey that was...
This is why, for as long as I live, I'm not taking us so seriously. This is why.
Responsible for the assassination of Shinzo Abe. Now, of course, this wasn't serious. I fib. I did this in response to a sitting U.S. senator who had previously in the New York Times written about executing Black Lives Matter protesters by using the military. And this time around, April 15th, was encouraging people. I'm going to read.
I got a drastic hot take for y'all. That senator's weird and Hasan's weird.
You his words. Senator Tom Cotton said this: I encourage people who get stuck behind the pro-Hamas mobs blocking traffic. Take matters into your own hands to get them out of the way.
I got a hot take for y'all. They both weird. They're both weird. Tom Cotton's weird for this. No doubt about it. But what's that old saying? What's that old saying? You know, y'all granny mamas used to hit y'all with when y'all was stupid, responding to stupid. Two wrongs don't make two wrongs don't give you a hand job.
It's time to put an end to this nonsense. This was, of course, a direct call to violence from a sitting senator.
Yes, and your response was a direct call to respond to violence with violence. Neither one of y'all are pagan saints.
Call to violence against peaceful protesters engaging in an act of civil disobedience.
If something like this happened in Arkansas on a bridge there, let's just say I think there'd be a lot of very wet criminals that have been tossed overboard, not by law enforcement, but by the people whose road they're blocking.
So he then doubled down on it and said, we do things differently around these parts. I mean, he is. He's advocating for a direct call for violence. I jokingly, quote, retweeted that statement with the doohickey. But of course, that was apparently a bridge too far as well for Asmongold. I'm sorry. I've offended Asmongold's sensibilities. Of course, no comments on Tom Cotton, a sitting U.S. senator actively urging his constituents to go out and kill peaceful demonstrators who are, dare I say, peacefully demonstrating against a genocide. Well, make no mistake, it's most likely that Asmongold is simply responding to the things that he sees in his chat. Having said that, I wanted you guys to see the full context of the story.
You're not really helping yourself here, buddy. You kind of just made yourself out to be some proverbial victim, which is interesting because you're a white man doing that during Women's National History Month or whatever the fuck they call it.
Obviously not asking for people to kill Rick Scott. I think that would be ridiculous. I think that justice should be served, however, and justice has not been served against Rick Scott in this case. Justice rarely ever gets served against rich people who exploit others, against rich people who...
Sir? That's the sound of the call coming from inside the where? The fucking house. That's the call coming from where? Inside the fucking house. Like, that's a call coming from inside the house.
Defraud the federal government, you get a $10 million care package with $300 million in stock options for defrauding poor people that absolutely need this medical care. And then Republicans will turn around and act like the real fraud is happening at the point of the recipients and not the point of the providers.
There's about $50 billion estimated that are lost every year in Medicaid just in fraud alone. No one's for that. We've got to make sure we eliminate it. We have the algorithms now to do that. We have advanced technology to find it.
Thank God for Speaker Johnson.
That is my anger. That is my frustration. And every single person, not Asmongold, but every single Republican operative online, from Tim Pool to Libs of TikTok to many others, know that that is the reality. But they also want you to be distracted. They don't want you to realize that this is what the Republicans are doing. So I urge all liberals, progressives, or even people who are worried about their grandparents or their parents losing their health care, people who might be worried about their children no longer being able to receive Medicaid, to focus on who the vectors of harm truly are, what they're actually doing.
It's all of you.
Instead of constantly engaging in petty squabbles. I shouldn't have used the term kill. I should have used either the term capital punishment or just punishment in general. But once again, I've let you down. I've used hyperbolic language, and that hyperbolic language has brought trouble my way. As one of the largest progressive, leftist, political content creators online in what feels like is a sea of reactionary sentiment, I am promising you that I will try to use more deliberate and more careful language going forward. Having said that, of course,
if you can end this video by telling people to go fuck themselves, I will actually cheer.
In an 8 to 10 hour broadcast, when I'm constantly in a contentious battle with members of the chat, because there's always free flow conversation and a lot of back and forth going on in the community, there will probably be some moments that are clippable.
His slight LeBron beard is bothering me. The fact that you think that's a LeBron beard lets me know that you really don't watch basketball at all, and your opinion is disregarded in every capacity under the sun. And because you disrespected to go like that, we go ahead. We gonna see you tomorrow. We gonna see you tomorrow. We gonna see you tomorrow. That type of slander shan't not be tolerated. It's like, go ahead, run your little 24-hour lap, bruh. You'll be all right. You'll be all right. You'll be all right. You will be all right. You shall overcome. Take the day out of your hand. Oh God, what is this? What? I want to see something funny from 10 minutes ago. Sounds to me like you choose to play it safe. You don't want to be controversial because you're too scared. Tell me why I personally need to worship the politicians in the federal government. Tell me, Leon, why do you choose to play it safe? The senators in Congress doesn't care about you. Should be the senators in Congress don't care about you. So why should you care about them? Why are you upset that someone dislikes or hates a politician? I feel like I don't care that you people hate politicians. I feel as though I have also said I hate politicians. The difference between 1 and the number 88 is one of these motherfuckers is a greater fucking issue. You can hate a fucking politician, but promoting killing the motherfucker is where we all gonna be fucking confused. There's a difference between the number 1 and the number 69. And I'm so happy that the gimmick is, oh, you like to play it safe. Oh, you like to do this. Oh, you like to do that. Yeah. You know why? Because I don't need no law enforcement knocking on my fucking door asking me questions about some shit. Play it safe. Motherfucker, I make prison rape jokes. What are you talking about? play it safe. Nigga. I've made prison rape jokes. Like, what the fuck? What do you mean, play it safe? What part of this is safe? Because I don't say dumb shit that y'all say? That's what make it safe? Bro, I'm literally about to end this stream and talk about a guy who took pictures of children, put it in an AI generator, and made child porn. Play it safe. The fuck are we talking about here? Yeah. I feel all of your eyebrows raising up. I felt all of your eyebrows just all collectively raise up just now. Yeah. There's a man, grown adult, who took pictures of children, real children, and put them motherfuckers in an AI generator to make child porn. Now, I feel as though we could all agree, electric chair. Oh, but I guess that's me playing it safe. I guess that's little old me playing it safe, but you know. Just with any in the heart I plead, bro. Oh. Are we watching Ethan's video? No. I'm not watching that shit. Why the fuck would I watch that? Please don't tell me it's critical information in that. I guarantee you it's not. Not to me. It's not to me. Like, to be honest. It could be like new information to you. It's not probably nothing in that bitch new to me. Sorry. No thanks. No dice. Don't want to watch. Don't want to see. Not at all. Not at all. The sick part is, I had a motherfucker watch this shit in front of me. I'm like, man, turn this shit off. It's shit we know about already. It's shit that's been seen already. Like, what the fuck? I don't care about this shit. Are we watching? What the fuck? For what? Fucking what? It's so easy though. Like, you could have did all of this. But he's not gonna be banned for it. He's not gonna be punished for it. It's perfectly fine. You know why? Because he's got that silver spoon, and that silver spoon shall protect him from any long-term punishment. Family of 7 in one apartment is apparently getting evicted, and someone apparently drew the line at them for saying that their cats are going to be outdoor cats. Oh. Did y'all see the fucking woman who was like, hey, I need somebody to take care of me. I got 7 kids, all full baby daddy. Y'all gotta stop getting online and saying shit about y'all lives, bro. Some shit about y'all lives should just stay with y'all. Like, some shit about y'all lives should just stay with y'all, bro. Because the minute it leave your lips and you speak about that shit out loud, it ain't gonna go well. Poor Kyrie Irving. Poor little Kyrie Irving. Fucking tore his ACL. The Mavericks sat there and said defense wins championships. And that motherfucker's gonna get bounced out the first round. Oh my God. Glorious heel Cena Bro, I just forgot about that, and you just reminded me. Like, what is wrong with you? Like, what is wrong with you, bro? I just forgot about that shit. Like, what the fuck, bruh? Like, what's wrong with you, bruh? I just forgot about that shit, bruh. You fucking alley cat. I just forgot about this shit, bruh. I'm going to play Persona. Bye.